Hi Diana, how are you? Jaggy Cecilia, how are you? I have been late today. I've been late, but nevertheless, we are going to start and at least check on one or two things. I'm going to... Hi Dan Moen, Nyebule, how are you, my dear? So, share, continue sharing. Wow, hi, Diana, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is so heartwarming. Thank you. So share. Oh, and by the way, today is my daughter's birthday, though she's at school, but we are going to celebrate her in God's time. So, we're still looking at gender-based violence, and we have been looking at the types of gender-based violence. And we have been able to look into financial abuse. We have been able to look into emotional abuse, and actually yesterday we looked at who is a narcissist, and we looked at signs that show you live with a narcissist. And I know my friend Diana really hates narcissists. We have had this conversation before, and I just want to play one song as we get prepared, Hi, Simon Masharia. Karibu sana, wehoke mwadhani. Hi, how are you? Let me wave to you. My friend Dan, how are you? Jage Cecilia, Diana. Okay, keep sharing, continue sharing, and invite your friends so that they can be part of this conversation. And for those who don't understand Swahili, you'll forgive me because at some point, I have to switch to Swahili so I know my friends will understand. I'm trying to get a song that we are going to... I just got into the house, so I cannot... I had no song in my mind. Hi, Liz Bronk, how are you? Yes, Diana said, yes, I was fortunate to get out alive. I know, my dear. Thank you so much. Thank you. I want us to play this song and listen to this song together by Angela Chibalonza. She is late, Angela Chibalonza, but you know one thing. Josephine Wainaina, how are you? And Karibu Monica Akoth, hello. I know most of us know Angela, and she is one of the gospel artists. If God asked me today, who do I need back alive as a gospel artist, I would say Angela Chibalonza. Oh, so sorry. It has an advert. So I want to play this one. It's a how are you? Let's listen to this as we continue welcoming our friends. More of the banner. Hi. Hi, Kanka.
Monster, my volume iko mwisho kabisa. I don't know why you're talking about volume. Because anyone is experiencing any problem with volume, Georgia, karibu. Mama tunaweza pata kitabu yetu alisema kwanza and then we fall on it from our office and we arrange it. Mkibonela masia, singo mayo.
So because of time today, we are not able to play 2 songs because I want to be very, very fast so that we can be able to look into something else. Actually, today we are starting on another type of gender-based violence. And if you have a question, tafadhali, uliza, weka hapo kwa comment. So I want to acknowledge all the people who are here with us, if I'm able to. First of all, thank you, my friend and my sister, Diana Ford, all the way from the United States. Thank you for joining in. Jagi Cecilia is watching. Dan Moen Nibule. Jagi Cecilia, I've mentioned you. Wehoke Mwadhani, karibu sana. Simon Masharia, W, karibu. Liz Brown, karibu. Monica Koth, karibu. Josephine Wainaina, karibu. Nyanjui Wanyoike, thank you. And he says, you really inspire me a lot, Madam Commander. Keep the fire burning. Oh, thank you. Simon said he's tuned in. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not able to read everyone, but Monica Koth is there and she asks how she can get a book. Yes, Monica, you can get a book. Our office number is 0702 577 477, 0702 577 477. Monica, you can call that number and surely you will get a copy of my book, and Anne will guide you. Here it is, Scars of Honor. It's a true story of my life. George Karanja, karibu sana. I think that's Mohammed, says beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, I want to be very fast and brief because I just want to introduce briefly about the gender-based violence. And we have been talking about gender-based violence, and we have been talking about types of gender-based violence. We have been able, or abuse, we have been able to tackle financial abuse. We have been able to check on emotional abuse. We have been able to check on physical abuse. Actually, we started on physical abuse, where somebody makes sure that they put some marks on you, they hit you, they kick you, whatever. So today, I wanted us to tackle on verbal violence. Verbal violence. What is verbal violence? Whereby uko hapo, what is verbal violence? So I'm going to briefly describe what is verbal violence, but we are going to check into it deeper tomorrow. So today maybe we are just going to describe what is verbal violence or verbal abuse, which is also known as verbal aggression. It is also known as verbal attack. It is also known as verbal violence. Now at large, it is verbal violence. When you narrow down, it's known as, it is verbal aggression, verbal attack, where you attack somebody verbally, kwa sababu unajua huyo mtu haezi ongea sana, ama unajua this gender, the way they have been socialized, they were socialized that they should never throw words to the other gender. And here we said we are not specific, because it can be from either a man or a woman. So we also call it verbal assault. Assault is not just when somebody has hit you, kicked you, hurt you, then you say he assaulted me. Yes, you can also go to police station when you're reporting and say it was verbal assault. So you see, it is where you use your mouth. You don't use your hands. And you find when somebody hits you or insults you using their words, sometimes words prick the heart. Maneno inadunga moyo zaidi hata ya vita. Na semi vita ni muhimu. Sijasema vita nimeiapprove mahali. But I'm just giving an example that sometimes when the words are thrown outside there, they go deeper. Maneno inadunga kabisa, inaingia ndani kabisa. And research has shown that the moment you send a word outside there, the moment you throw a word outside there, words live forever. I don't know whether you have known that. Words have life and words live forever. And to undo words, you have to use words. Wakati ambapo unaambia mtu kwenda huko wewe ni bure kabisa, hata hutawahi jisaidia kwa maisha yako. Let me tell you, words live. Words have got life. Any word you send outside there, it goes there and it starts to grow. So, and for those who are used to throwing words in front of children, get to know that is the way you are socializing them, and whatever you are planting into their minds is going to grow. Frida Ngugi says, how can I contact you? 0702 577 477, 0702 577 477. Once you call, Anne will respond to you, and then I know we will be able to talk. I stopped sharing my number when I'm live because of so many reasons, but we have that number. You can get me through that number, and if I'm not around, you'll be told, and you'll be told what time I'll be back. And then from there, once we share, we will get to know which issue we are sorting out, and I'll be free to give you my number once I get to know which issue are we going to be talking about. So, as I was saying, the moment you start talking, unarusharusha tu maneno huko, and your kids are there, everybody else is there, maybe you even live with a house help, let me tell you, you are socializing those people. You are teaching those people how to treat others, because that's how you're treating them. That's how you're treating somebody who is closer to them. So, verbal violence, we are told it is, it can be, because these are forms, but we are going to go deeper tomorrow. It's where you accuse somebody, like in cases of widows, when they are told they have killed their spouses. Let me tell you, it hurts so much. And if there is something that hurts, it hurts you like it is a wound. It is words. So accusations, undermining, we have something else that is threats. When you are threatening somebody, na unaambia mtu ya kwamba mimi utaona kile nitakufanyia siku moja ya siku, kile nitakufanyia hata haujawahi sikia, hata haujawahi ona. Internet connection. Okay, sorry. I don't know what happened to my internet connection. Okay, so I was talking about accusing. Verbal violence comes when you are even accusing somebody. And I was giving an example about widows where they are accused, they have killed their spouses, or even those women who are in relationship, or a woman who is in marriage. You find they are being accused that they have done something. And because they cannot be able to protect themselves, so you find there is a problem. And then this problem escalates, and when it continues to escalate, inakuwa ni maneno hapa na pale, kurushiwa maneno, kuambiwa hivi na hivi. That is when we say somebody is going through verbal abuse. Sawa. The other one is about ordering. Do you know there is someone who can order you? Let me check about my light. There is someone who can really order you and give orders. Yani unapewa orders. Unasikia mpaka mtu anasema me I live with Mr. Orders, or I live with Mrs. Orders. You're given orders until you really don't know how to respond. Let me tell you, people who abuse others verbally, sometimes they even don't know. Wanafikiria tu ni kuongea kama kawaida. Do you know there are some words that you can mention and they really prick, yani zinaenda zinadunga the heart of your partner. To an extent you start asking yourself, surely, did I come into this relationship for this? Nilikuwa natafuta hii. So, it is important to learn that verbal violence, si ile tu wakati ambapo hata utasema, tulikuwa tumekosana, nilikuwa nimekasirika. And those are some of the excuses. When unapata mtu anakuongelesha vibaya, and in most cases here we discuss relationships. When somebody anakuongelesha vibaya, then anaanza kusema, ni venye nilikuwa nimekasirika. If it's somebody who goes out there and uses drugs and maybe takes alcohol, this person comes back and says, I didn't mean to hurt you. Sikuwa nakwambia kwa ubaya. Ni vile nilikuwa mlevi. Let me tell you, people can do so many things so that they can try to show you that they didn't mean exactly what they did. And this is what we have been learning here. We have been learning about loving yourself. Yesterday we said it is okay to prioritize yourself. And I said, me, I love God, I believe in God. I prioritize God first, then myself. And I said it is okay to put yourself first. Yani ukimalizana tu na pale priority yako number one, that is God, you're also number one. God comes there, then you follow. Because God is spiritual being, then you here, you're number one. Unamwamini Mungu, unajieka kwa Mungu, then you are priority. Prioritize yourself. The moment you know how to prioritize yourself, and this is something that we will keep on repeating, and it will keep on occurring again and again as we continue to speak about relationships. If you don't prioritize yourself, I'm telling you, nobody cares about you. Nobody thinks about you. And that's why when you go to a mirror, when you have a problem, I told you, you should go to a mirror and check who is the first problem. When you go to a mirror right now, or you go to your phone camera and put it on selfie, you're going to realize that the person who is number one enemy of you is in that mirror. It is that first person. And so what are you going to do with that person? You have to deal with that person. Deal with you first. Accept the things that you cannot change. And this is what I keep on telling women. You must accept that which you cannot change. That which you cannot be. Accept. And that's why I tell people, moving on is always very easy when you accept. So going back, I was talking about ordering. So people who keep on giving you orders and orders and orders, orders after orders, those people are abusing you verbally. It doesn't have to be someone calling you big names. By the way, verbal violence sometimes is silent. Inaapia in a silent mode. Wewe nimesema kwanzia leo ingia kwa hii nyumba before saa 3. What does that mean to you? So if you had a meeting at your workplace, you have to leave early. So until when will your boss continue giving you permission to leave earlier than the others? Until when will you maybe take motorbike so that you run and rush? Unasikia ile kurush. Do you know there are people who will give you orders mpaka ile time alikuambia ikifika ukiwa uko nje unaanza kutetemeka? I saw this and it really hurt me. I came to learn of a friend of mine who was going through a certain type of abuse. And restriction number 1 was arrival time at home. So you can imagine, even when the rain is pouring heavily, it's raining cats and dogs, she has to be rained on because the spouse will be so happy to see this person coming back home on time, hata kama amenyeshewa sio shida yake. And that's why I said self-care is so important. You have to take care of yourself first and ask yourself, am I doing good or am I doing wrong? Why am I in this relationship? And this is why we are going to come to that why. Why are you there? Are you in that relationship because it's doing you good, or you're in that relationship because of so many becauses? And this is what we said. I was talking to someone and told me, when I asked this person, are you in a relationship that is working? She told me, no, I'm not in a relationship. I'm in a situationship. I'm like, so you even don't know where you are. It is not a relationship, it is a situation. Let me tell you, verbal abuse can make you get yourself find yourself that it is no longer a relationship you're in, but it is a situationship. And this is why I just say today we are going just to introduce and look into verbal violence and find what is verbal abuse. By the end of the day, the researcher says that men talk less or few words compared to women. I don't deny that. I am a woman, I know I talk much. But is my talking much verbal abuse, or is my talking much to mean well? Yes, I know you are a man, and they say men don't talk too much. But is your silence cold war to someone? Are the few words that you utter because you are a man important to someone, or do those words kill someone's heart? Let me welcome Judith Gilgal. Oh, Charity is tuned from Runda. Ernest Njuguna tuned. Esther Gaki, karibu sana, you're watching. Maureen Wanjiku, karibu. Oh, I've seen Jakinda. How are you, my dear? Oh, Pastor Zainab, Reverend Zainab Hussein, karibu sana. Maureen Wanjiku, karibu. And Joanna Luce says, yes, it's okay to love yourself. Yes, I said it is okay to love yourself. Very, very important. Very important. Actually, that's something you should never forget. You'd rather forget everything else, but never forget about loving yourself. So I don't want to keep you so much here, but I'm just going to tell you, it is important, it is okay, it is okay to be yourself, to love yourself, no matter what somebody says. Yes, we are told when words go out there, they will live, they find life. But I've told you, I started by telling you, if you're a Christian like me, you will get to know that you can only undo words using words. Words are undone using words. And there is a better place, there is a better way of undoing words. So tomorrow we are going to look into so much about verbal violence. I can see Roger Saudi has joined us, watching you, my dear sister. Thank you, my dear brother. Luciana tuned, karibu sana. We have been speaking about verbal abuse, and verbal abuse, we have already defined it because we are going to look deeper into it tomorrow. So we just here today to define, and it has other forms. So we are going to check into other forms. We have bullying. Sijui kama unajua kubuli mtu ni kumabuse verbally. So it involves a lot of verbal interaction with this person. And then what does it lead to? I told you so much of these types of violence, so many of these types of violence that we are going to tackle. Finally, they lead to two things. And this is why I would love us to discuss depression towards the tail end of our gender-based violence as a whole topic, as the main topic. Because finally you'll find verbal violence. If somebody keeps on insulting you, you live in the same house, do you know what will happen? This person will finally be affected emotionally. Oh, Roger says we are listening together and we are learning together with Cynthia. Thank you so much, my dear. So all these types of violence, finally, they lead to emotional violence. So emotional violence is brought up, ni kama vile unapika keki. You have to mix so many ingredients. And then emotional violence is what escalates to mental. Then from mental, it becomes, because you're mentally disturbed, it becomes stress. And then now stress inaendelea. Then it becomes what? Depression. And this is when you find somebody wants to take their lives, somebody has killed their children, somebody will realize that somebody was dating my husband, like a story that has been making rounds on social media. Somebody was dating my husband, and what do you decide to do? You decide to eliminate this human being. Let me tell you, nothing warrants anybody to ever take somebody's life or to decide to harm somebody. It is not okay. It is not okay. If you're not okay with someone, kindly leave. I said your peace is so much important. Everything that you need in this world, you can be able to do it without that other person. Peter Wanjohi, karibu sana. You say you're watching. Karibu sana. So we are going to take a very, very closer look into verbal abuse tomorrow, and we are going also to discuss the forms of verbal abuse. If you're able to conclude tomorrow, but I know it's a bit wider, So we might not be able to conclude tomorrow, but at least today it was just that introduction. We get to know what is verbal abuse, how does it happen, where does it happen. And I told you, many forms of violence or abuse will always happen in a relationship, whether you are dating or you're in marriage. These types of violence and this violence happens because people are just together. Because you're together, then it happens. Okay. Shayo Agri Akure says, watching all the way from County 037. Karibu sana, karibu sana. So we were just defining, we were trying to look into the types of abuse. And today we are continuing to look into the types of abuse. And today we have introduced verbal abuse. I don't want to go into the forms. Faith Nashipai, how are you, my dear sister? So today I don't want to look into forms of verbal abuse. And I told you, this abuse, as much as we say gender-based violence takes several forms. When it takes several forms, then get to know these forms also have got other forms. And that's why I told you gender-based violence is a very, very wide topic. Very, very wide topic. So we have to get to know what is verbal abuse. Now from tomorrow we start getting deeper into how many types of or how many forms does verbal abuse take. So Faith Nashipai, karibu sana. Shayo Agri says from Kakamega. Yes, it's county 037, it's Kakamega. Helen Muraithi karibu and says, hi sweetie, hi to you dear, and you're following. So we just defined what is verbal abuse and the forms it takes. We have just PTR'd, but I know we are going to get deeper into this tomorrow. So I'm not able to continue beyond that, but I have to remind you that our pre-Valentine's dinner is coming up. We have a pre-Valentine's dinner. We will be at Safari Park on 11th of February. Where this dinner happens every year. It's our opening, or rather our first event every year. It's an annual event where we host widows and widowers, and mostly we also we have quite a number of them coming from Nairobi County, but we also bring others from other counties. Also, we have people who come to celebrate together with us, who are not widows, who are not widowers, but some are so passionate about what we do. And the reason as to why we host this pre-Valentine's dinner is because this is the only event whose residue goes way, way too far in supporting our children in our education program. So anytime you decide, thank you so much, Faith Nashipai. Anytime you decide to be part of our Valentine's dinner, get to know you're supporting one of our child. I posted a story about one of our girls, but I did hide her face because this is a girl that we rescued from one type of violence that I'm going to be discussing very soon. She was defiled, she got a baby, but thank God we were able to take her back to school. She's our pride, and I know she's also proud of herself that her baby is somewhere growing, and because we cannot throw away the baby. She's so innocent. She doesn't know even how she came to this world. So we have been able to walk a journey with this teen mom and taken her back to school. She will be joining Form 4 in May, and we are super, super excited to see her go through her high school education and complete. And actually we rescued her because she went through defilement when she was in class 7. So she's still a minor to us, though she lost some years taking care of the baby, around 1.5 years taking care of the baby, but finally she is in school. So these are some of the kids that we take care of. We also take care of our orphans. Most of these orphans, they are children of our widows who die when they are in our program. We ensure that these children don't lose good and quality education. So are you going to join us on 11th of February so that we can be able to do this together? If you're not able to join us, ensure that I'm going to do a post. I'm going to share the details, the M-Pesa details, the PayPal details, so that you can reach out and also support us in ensuring that these children get good and quality education. You might not be able to pay school fees, but you can be able to buy a bar of soap. You can be able to buy this girls a packet of sanitary towels. You can be able even to buy the boys, because we don't educate girls alone, we educate also the boys. You can be able to buy something for the boys. Could it be soap? Could it be tissue papers? Could it be kiwi, shoe polish, etc. So karibuni sana, we look forward to having you that day. James says hi, good to you. Very well, my dear sister, you look beautiful. Thank you, Faith Nashipai. So today we have not been able to tackle too much because we have started late, and I also got home late. I was far from town, but I had purposed to come and make sure that we do this, because we don't have to keep on postponing or losing track of where we are by not having our usual Facebook Live. For those of you who are still looking forward to getting a copy of my book, 0702 577 477, you can get information about how to register for the Valentine's dinner. You can still get information on how to get a copy of my book. So I look forward to meeting you tomorrow as we continue discussing more and more. If you have a question, inbox. I know we can be able to tackle some of the topics that maybe I could be overlooking, and because they and maybe they could be important to you. So ensure that you inbox me in case of any question or something that you want us to tackle. So Njoroge Wandegwa says kohana thea kwega. Elizabeth Gushu says beautiful. Asante sana, my dear sister. So today we have just introduced the subtopic verbal abuse, and we are going to check on the forms that it takes. It takes quite a number of forms, and we will be able to check on it. At least we can be able to dig deep and see like 5 types of verbal abuse. It happens to both men and women, and I told you, nobody is exempted from gender-based violence. Nobody. It finds anyone. It can find you as a pastor. It can find you as a singer and a worshiper. It can find you as a teacher. It can find you as a member of parliament. It finds anyone, and it can happen to you anywhere, be it in your house, be it in public transport. It can happen to you anywhere. So get to know that nobody is immune to gender-based violence. Gender-based violence happens. It is real. So get to know that each and every person needs to be aware of gender-based violence. You don't get information about gender-based violence because it happened to you or because it will happen. No, you get information so that you can share the information, because information is power. Kiama Getao, my friend, my pastor all the way from Texas. Gai witwaro kuradhi madada yangu. Thank you. Ameongea Greek. Ameandika na Greek. So we are looking forward to tackling the forms of verbal abuse from tomorrow. If we're able to finish, sawa. If we are not able to finish, God will give us some other time to finish. So today, I'm sorry I came in late, but good night, so that I can be able to do other things. I just came in and decided we have to do this. So good night, and purpose to be part of us. Support us during this Valentine's dinner so that we can be able to help other children to go to school. We have a very needy case of a boy who dropped in Form 1 third term, and this will be our story for this year during the Valentine's dinner. And we know that God is going to open a way so that this boy can go back to school and join our growing figure of the children that we support. So have yourselves good night. We meet tomorrow, and be our ambassador wherever you are. Speak on our behalf, talk about our organization, tell somebody there will be Valentine's dinner, or sponsor somebody to attend. Asante sana. Good night. Usiku mwanana.